What is up, Jags fans? I hope you guys are doing good. Here we go, baby. 0-2. Thank you for watching the live show. If you're here in the chat, I really appreciate it. If you're watching the show after the fact, well, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you can get it on the show live. This is a live show about fans, so we basically go through the fans' comments. I'm excited today because I think I'm going to jump on this like Jaguars propaganda, hang in there bandwagon type thing. So I think I can convince you to hang in there. Also, we're going to watch a little bit of film from the first game. I got to admit, I really only want to watch the first drive. So we'll probably watch the first drive. So that should be really exciting for sure. Shout out to you guys that are in the chat. Before we jump into anything, D2, first one in, saying hi. Montana saying second. What up, Montana? Brandon Latouche says, we suck. Okay. DJM says, Jason's on. Hello. Hello, DJM. Jordan Main says, Eric Bieniemy season. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Okay. Kev B says, Jason. What up, Kev B? Brett E says, Duval. Like always. I love it, Brett. Antonio Rivera with the membership badge says, I mean, we were bad last year. Basically the same team with Trevor Lawrence. That's a good point. But this is what I was going to say about that is everybody that's here now was here last year. The bandwagoners are gone. The ones that were hyped about Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence, they had a great ride. It was a fun time. They're gone, okay? Hey, it's back to the OGs, all right? Hey, that's how we like it anyways, right? I mean, you guys, all off season, we talked about the bandwagoners that were going to join because of Urban and Tebow and everything else. Hey, it's back to the originals right now. Gator Chomp says Duval till we die. Gator Chomp had to be happy about how his Gators played against Alabama. I would be if I were a Gator fan. Antonio Rivera with the emojis, the chat emojis, bro. That's how I'm talking about. We do have memberships now. For the cool guys that want to be cool. I've been around here for a little bit. Montana says, we're going to upset the Cardinals by 1 point. Dude, Montana, I will give you the credit if that happens. I will, and I hope so. Beanie Baby says, we will win. Go Jags. Hey, I love the optimism. You're speaking my language. I can see us pulling off an upset. I can see us slamming Kyler Murray into the ground a couple times, his little frail body. I mean, how many hits can you take at that size? I don't know. We had a great time at the Jags game last week. Even though we lost, we went out to Intuition. We had a little pregame at Intuition Ale House or Brewery or whatever it's called. All kind of Jags fans there. I mean, it was like a Jaguars United meetup. It was awesome, man. So shout out to all you guys that were there. I just love how we just like have a bunch of fans that are just like cool with each other. I love it. Antonio Rivera says, we're probably going to win at least 5 to 6 games, but after the team gets more, I don't know. It's a fragment. It's a fragment, Antonio. DJM says, man, I'm the only one who thinks we're being bad on purpose. It does look like we're being bad on purpose. I will give you that. I will for sure. Gator Chomp says, hey, Jags United. What's up, Gator? Jake Spur says, what's up, gang? So, dude, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Jacob EUP says, I was at the game. Our defense played decent, but our offense was awful. Our offense was good on the first drive of the game, and our defense was decent until, like, third downs and crunch time and things like that. I don't think the linebackers were that good. I really don't. I know Joe Schobert didn't look good. Joe Schobert gave up a passing touchdown in the Steelers game last week. They pretty much isolated him in, like, one-on-one coverage and just, like, threw it to his guy. I still think he's better than what we would have here. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like I saw Joe Schobert making plays last year. I know the team wasn't very good, but I feel like Joe Schobert would help this team. I don't know. We didn't get much for him, so it just seems weird. That was a weird move. Seeming like we're being bad on purpose, that move is weird for sure. Doorman says, we are not doing Lawrence any favors without a run game. Yeah, that's for sure. No, that's definitely for sure. Nick F19, what up, Nick? He says, imagine if we drafted a tackle at 25 instead of ETN and then drafted Rondale Moore in the second to do what we wanted ETN was supposed to do because he's lighting it up against and again versus us. He will. So, yeah, I mean, I don't blame fans. I mean, the ETN pick looks bad now, but hard for us to know if ETN would have been as good as Rondale Moore. Like, we don't know. He could have been, and if he was, that pick looks great. But it is hard. I'm with you. I wanted to tackle as well. It just didn't work out that way. It just didn't. Big Diesel 54 says, I finally made it to one of your live shows. Nursing school got me grinding. Dude, Big Diesel, shout out to you for grinding in nursing school, man. I do. The medical field people have just been getting killed lately. So shout out to medical field people. If you're in the medical field, I can't even express how thankful people like me are that you are working around the clock under the conditions that you are. So you keep going, bro. Big Diesel, keep going, all right? Get what you got to do done and freaking make some bank and serve people like you do. Maverick Harden says, hey, Jason. What's up, Maverick? Robert Atzert, what up, Robert? He says, only real fans have faith in Trevor. Look, hey, hang in there. Hang in there. Look, if you didn't believe it from Urban Meyer, at least believe it from Logan Cook. You know, when Logan Cook got up on the podium and was like, yo, Jags fans, hang in there. A part of me was like, okay, this is kind of funny. Like, how do you not laugh at the punter coming out and like parroting what the coach said? Is that buy-in or have they just completely got us fooled? I don't know. I guess it could go either way. All right, I want to get to see your comments, but I do want to look at some film here. I love breaking down film. It's like what we do around here. We're film junkies around here. Okay, so this is the first drive, and this is all I wanted to show was the Jaguars' first drive. So this is the first play coming out, right? And this is I love this formation. I mean, this is a heavy formation. We didn't get very many yards. For all the people that were like, yo, we need to come out and run the ball, like Urban Meyer did that here. Like, he came out play one and was like, all right, you want us to run the ball? We're going to run the ball. Oh, my gosh. Look at me. I'm hitting the wrong button here. Hold on. Dude, this is some rookie stuff here. I apologize. Let me get us back here. The problem is I have like 15 buttons on my mouse, and I just inadvertently hit one of those buttons. But it's okay. It doesn't take us long to get back. You know, we're pros around here for sure. First formation of the game, the tight formation. You got DJ Chark, you got Marvin Jones lined up tight, you got a tight end lined up on the left here, and then you got James O'Shaughnessy coming in motion, playing as a fullback. Okay, whatever you want to say about the fullback position, there's an entire conversation about the fullback position. James O'Shaughnessy is playing fullback here, okay? He's going to be lined up in the backfield. He's going to lead block. He's going to cross block. He's going to hit the B gap right here. James Robinson, he's going to get skinny here. Like, look, getting skinny here is a trait that good running backs do. Like, they fit through little holes in the offensive line. They use their strong legs. They push forward. I don't think anyone would complain about this gain here. I mean, we actually end up getting a pretty favorable push and a pretty favorable spot. And I think this is what people were saying all along. Like, give James Robinson the ball. He's our best player. I mean, I think he had 4.1 yards per carry. The guy averages at least that. You got to get him involved, and I get it. I also see where Bevel's coming from, where like he's not fitting into the game plan. I think it's more of like, I don't know. I get them wanting to get Trevor going. I mean, Trevor is a generational talent, but if you're trying to win games, you've got to establish the run. And listening to the Urban Meyer show today, he spoke on local radio. He like openly admitted that he's still trying to he's trying stuff out and figuring things out as an NFL coach. Like, I know these were things that we knew and we talked about, but like he openly is saying that on the radio. He's saying like, yeah, we're still trying things out. You know, when he was referring to like allowing Bevel to make calls, and he said how he wanted to let the coordinators have some autonomy and make calls, but he might have to get on the headset and start demanding the ball get ran more. Like, you don't hear that very often from an NFL coach. Usually they're too prideful to admit things like that. So that was good to see. That was promising. So maybe that's like the hang in there type speech. I like it. Okay, second play of the drive, 2nd and 6. We go from our tight, 2 tight end, 2 tight wide receivers close to the line of scrimmage, close to the tackles, to now we're going to spread it out. We're going 11 formation with a stand-up tight end, an H tight end, as Urban Meyer calls it, like not blocking on the line of scrimmage. And now we're in shotgun here. And Trevor's going to run the read option, throw a nice slant to Marvin Jones. But what I like about this play is even though the defense was kind of playing the pass, Trevor Lawrence saw this 2 high safety look. He saw the 2 linebackers playing here. This is obviously going to be a cover 2. Like, yeah, if these corners bail to a cover 4, like, okay, that's not going to really change much. But you can tell here, unless this safety rolls down the middle of the field, the slant's going to be open. Okay, so the middle of the field is going to be there, and that's the first look. O'Shaughnessy's there. So by Trevor, could he have made this throw? Maybe O'Shaughnessy would have gotten hit. He could have thrown it early, but you can see Trevor's eyes, like he's looking at Laviska the whole time, and then sees Marvin Jones. This must have been a matchup that he likes, because the gain of 3 works out like that. I'll take that, and I think any Jaguar fan will take that for sure. Just to get to some of the comments, like I know that we like the film review here, but I also I don't want YouTube to just completely flag me for just showing the game. So I do want to get to some more comments here. Gator Chomp says, I know it's super early, but do you see us going hard in free agency after the season is over? I think you have to. I mean, you don't leave $31 million in your salary cap to not spend it. Like, it's not Urban Meyer's money. He's going to try to spend as much as Shad Khan will allow him to. So I think I don't really blame Urban for it. We know this, but like we're coming from the 17-game losing streak mentality. Urban Meyer's coming from the 2-game losing streak mentality. Like it's apples and oranges. Like we have completely different perspectives. You and I and Urban Meyer do not view this team and this rebuild the same way. We just, quite frankly, we don't. We're sick of losing. We want to see some wins. Urban understands that, but that's not his perspective. He wasn't brought in here. He wasn't hired $7 million a year or something crazy like that to come in and get the fans a win that they want at the expense of the future. Urban Meyer was brought in to build a winning culture and to create some longevity in this franchise. So he's just not looking at it through the same glasses that you and me are. He's just not. So like if you can wrap your mind around that, some of these decisions make more sense than others. Is all I'm going to say. Not that I'm defending him. I don't think the Darrell Bevel signing was good. And, you know, I'm not one of these guys that was out here and was like, oh, that was a horrible pick. That was a horrible signing way back in the day. Like, I wasn't always feeling – I did read an article from, like, a Seattle Seahawks writer about how optimistic they were that Darrell Bevel was no longer calling plays up there. And that kind of red flagged me to, like, oh, man, that's how a fan base feels about him. And now our fan base is kind of shifting toward that. At the same time, look back at the history of offensive coordinators the Jaguars have had over the last decade. I mean, guy after guy after guy after guy who just couldn't make it work here. So at some point, is it the coaches or is it like the personnel? Because, you know, I see Greg Olsen doing a decent job up there in Las Vegas. You know, I see Gus Bradley doing a decent job up there in Las Vegas, right? You know, I see Doug Marrone he's doing good now out of Alabama, I guess. I know it's early. I mean, I guess that's not really fair to say, you know, but at some point, is it the coaches or is it the personnel that have been I mean, because none of our draft picks are panning out and none of our signings are panning out. So I don't know. That's all I would say. Jesus is King with the $5 donation. Bro, I appreciate it. He says, in your opinion, are we being outcoached? There seems to be not playing to our team's strengths. Yeah, I think that we are being outcoached, but I think Urban will be okay. Like I said, he mentioned on his show, the Urban Meyer show today, that he's still learning things. He's still figuring things out. Like, this rebuild is not going to happen overnight. I know people are tired of hearing that. I get it. Like, I would be tired of hearing that as well. But just like, if we look back at this season and every week we got a little bit better and we had 4 or 5 wins and every week Trevor looked a little bit better, like that's kind of what you would want. That's kind of what you'd want. So, and I think that's realistic. So I do think we're being outcoached. But the coaches we've gone up against, Vic Fangio, who was the former coach, the Bears coach that we went up against, deep coordinator for the Texans, like Lovie Smith. Yeah, these are NFL veteran coaches. It's early. People are just jumping the gun too quick. Carson Shackelford, what up, Carson? I miss you, Carson. I don't get to see Carson as much anymore. It makes me very sad that I don't see him anymore. You got to hit me up, Carson. Come on. He says, still not happy with our approach with Robinson. It needs to be utilized more, one of our biggest weapons. I think that's fair. And there's nothing, I can't defend the actions of not giving Robinson more involved. I think if you combine his receptions, he was at 15. So what do people want to see him at? 20? Okay, 5 more touches. Does that really swing the game? I don't know. I mean, I think at times things stick out and they're not really as big of a deal as people like the Josh Lambo thing. Like I know that Lambo missed 2 field goals, and it would have been like different if we were down 1 score instead of being down 2. But at the end of the day, like we didn't score and we were trying to, regardless if we were down 2 touchdowns or 1. Like how much would that have really changed? And we couldn't stop their offense. And how much would that have changed? Like we hope that, oh, it's a different score, so the defense plays different. But do they? Like, is that gonna change the fact that we couldn't score or stop them? And then if you really back this camera microscope up and you look at Josh Lambo's errors, he cost us 2 field goals, 6 points. McManus, the kicker for the Broncos, he miskicked a ball too on kickoff. Didn't go, wasn't a touchback. Agnew catches it and returns it for a touchdown. We went for 2 and didn't get it, so he also gave up 6 points on his missed kick. So both kickers had missed kicks that cost their team 6 points. Although McManus's wasn't really that noticeable. It was, though, because they were trying to kick it out of the back of the end zone, and he just quite frankly didn't do it. And Agnew made him pay. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks that Lambo made those mistakes, but it's, you know, he wasn't even the only kicker in that game that cost his team points. Montana with the $1. Oh, thank you, Montana. I appreciate it. We're about to jump back into some more film here because, oh man, it's been running, boys. We got to back it up. I'm not trying to watch any other parts of that game, so I'm sorry if you are. Let's pick it up here in the game. Let's back up a little bit. Let's not cut it short. Bear with me here. The NFL. Oh no. It's all right, boys. We're pros. All right, 3rd and 2. I think this is where we left off here. Oh, this is the great play to James O'Shaughnessy. All right. So it's 3rd and 2, right? This would be to all you guys that want to pound the rock. Carson Shackelford, Brett Yee, all you guys that want to pound the rock. 3rd and 2 is the time to pound the rock, right? Like this is it. This is where you want to see the run game. And Urban and Bevel come out in 10 personnel. 2x2 shotgun formation. Like I know, like this is where you want them to run, but like they're not showing run here. And frankly, the inside zone here. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Broncos defenders, 5 offensive linemen. This is kind of what you'd want here. A hat on a hat, right here. Like this is it. They choose to throw deep down the field. Okay. You're going to have a little smash concept. Tell me this wasn't a cover 2. If a smash concept worked against a cover 2, they might have rolled. Okay, so they did roll. Okay, so the Broncos see these 2 safeties here, so they're rolling. This is, again, they're going to show 2 high, cover 2, and they're going to roll into a cover 1. Okay, so this should give you some optimism about Trevor's ability to read the field. This concept here between Marvin Jones and James O'Shaughnessy is what's called a smash concept. The outside guy runs a quick little flat route, whether it's a curl or a out or something like that. And then the slot guy is going to run a corner. Okay? This creates a problem for this middle safety because he has to come all the way across the field to make a play on this corner. And then this cornerback has to decide between bailing and playing a hard coverage here. Okay, so great. Trevor recognizes that Denver's rolling into the cover 1. So now he knows that his corner route is going to be open. So all he has to do is make a good throw, and it's there. Like this is a great read, a great throw, great execution, great play call. I mean, we caught them. A smash concept is designed to be a 1 high safety. The Broncos came out showing 2 high. The Jags stuck with it. Trevor realized the roll post-snap into the cover 1, or cover 3, probably cover 1, and he hits the corner route. That should give you optimism, Jags fans. That really should. Like, that's some, like, big-brain quarterback play right there is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so here they're going to start utilizing a little bit of motion, right? 1st and 10, we're still driving. We're about midfield. a little. Okay, so I like this. We got the jet sweep motion. We got the play action. This play is designed to give you a mismatch in the secondary, which it did, and Laviska just dropped it. And obviously, drops have been something that's plagued this team for a long time. The throw wasn't great. I mean, the throw was a little bit in front of Laviska, and that's something that I think Trevor can tighten up on. It doesn't look like he got a great. He didn't get his feet set. Like, maybe this play did take too long. Like, maybe it was a poor call. Like, it doesn't seem like Trevor, like, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good right there. I don't know. I mean, that's just what comes with being a rookie quarterback. I mean, that's the stuff. I mean, yeah, he's going to be generational, but at the same time, like, he's going to have some errors that happen just from being a rookie, for sure. Let me try to get caught up on your comments. I know that I'm watching film and I get behind on the comments. So if you have a good comment, just retype it and I'll try to get to it for sure. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Brandon Coxwell says, I hope Urban isn't here for 6 years, but knowing Khan will lose like 49 straight before he does anything. I'm hoping there's a change there, Brandon, and I don't blame you for feeling that way, but I'm hoping there's a change, and I'm gonna be optimistic about it. I think Urban can right the ship. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping each game we see a little bit of progression. Look, we didn't see as many dumb errors this game. We didn't see timeouts in the first quarter. We didn't see players lining up incorrectly. We didn't see a lot of false starts. We didn't see as many holdings. We were much more disciplined. We didn't move the ball as much, but I think that we'll just see the shit being righted a little bit every week, and that'll ultimately lead us to playing our best football when we get some new free agents in here. I don't know. Jesus King says, and look, they're playing too high safety defense. Yeah. Duval Tilwidai says, your team can taste when it's close, and when it's one possession game, it's a lot different than two. Okay. So you think that there's something to be said for the players kind of knowing the situation and maybe elevating their own game. And that's fair. I just don't know. I mean, they're professionals, but maybe. Duval Tilwidai says, yeah, so O'Shaughnessy is hurt, and it's unfortunate because he's pretty good, but it seems like he gets hurt every single year, and I just think that it's going to be what he always is injured and slow. And, yeah, I mean, that's been the only knock on him on our end this whole time. It's just his ability to stay healthy. Like, I think everyone loves O'Shaughnessy as a player. He's got good hands. I mean, he runs good routes. He's not incredibly fast. He blocks really well. I just think he just can't stay on the field. And that's the only issue. I mean, I like James, but he's becoming that guy. He's becoming that guy that can't stay healthy. And it's just, I don't know. Christian Charles says, Shag Hennessy is hurt. I know. Rahul Anand, what up, Rahul? He says, it gives Hollister a chance to see the field. Okay, so on the Urban Meyer show, Urban Meyer did talk about Jacob Hollister and about how he's coming along nicely, and he does expect him to play here soon. Urban Meyer called him twitchy, and he said that means he's explosive. Those were his words. When's the last time we had an explosive tight end around here? I don't know if we've ever had an explosive tight end here, ever. Julius Thomas was supposed to be. Josh Oliver was supposed to be, but we've never had one. I don't know. Gerald Sports Jr. says hello. What's up, Gerald? Carson Shackelford, correct me if I'm wrong. You probably are, Carson. But I'm just not impressed with Chenault so far. I feel like he should be performing more. So we had really high expectations for Chenault. And I think coming into the season, we all wanted him to be like Pro Bowl level. And I think he can be. But this offense it's going to take Trevor a second to get accustomed to the NFL game. It's going to take Urban a second to get accustomed. It's going to take Darrell Bevel a second to get accustomed to who he has. Like, there's a reason why they're drawing up every play to go to Marvin Jones, because that's what Bevel's comfortable with. Marvin Jones Jr. So I think as you see the comfort start to grow, you'll see this team get better. Look, I was encouraged by the way the defense played. I was encouraged by the way Trevor was throwing the ball down the field. Like, I know people want him to check the ball down. I want Trevor to throw the ball. I don't want a dink and dunk game manager. I don't want that. I want a big arm dude that takes chances. 10 times out of 10. I don't care. If it costs me a couple games, I don't care, especially if he's a rookie. Throw the ball down the field. See what can happen. A couple of those throws he made, and the receivers didn't even think he was going to make it. Like, Laviska didn't catch a ball because Trevor literally threaded the needle. It was beautiful. All right. Let's get to some more of this game film. I mean, this first drive was good. Chenault, catch the ball, Chenault. All right. 2nd and 10. Trevor Lawrence with the trips right to the field. I love it. I love it. Trips right. Gonna probably I don't know what happens here. I would guess. Okay. I like it. The inside zone. I'm a sucker for the inside zone. Dude, like, why would you not run this play? I mean, you can get yards on this play every single time. Trips to the right. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 7th guy comes into the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you can leave a guy unblocked and run around him, you can at least pick up 3 to 4 yards. That's just how it goes. This is Bradley Chubb. This isn't a scrub here at the end of the line of scrimmage. Simple inside zone. James O'Shaughnessy does a great job of getting a hand on him and then going to the next level. That's beautiful. If James Robinson hits that hole a little bit faster, he's probably going to pick up 8 there. And this is kind of what Urban Meyer was talking about. Like, James Robinson's good and we like him, but like, he could have picked up more yards here if he hit this hole a little bit harder. Like, I know he's waiting for his blocks to unfold, but get in there. Get in through the gap. Accelerate. Don't jump around and try to jump cut, because now you gained 4 when you should have gained 8 or 9. And I think that's what Urban wants. He talked about that. He wants a guy like ETN that's explosive. He mentioned James Robinson not being able to get to the second level a bunch of times. So that leads me to believe that Urban Meyer wants a running back that can get to the second level. James Robinson is a lot of things. He's very good. He was our best player last year. He's not necessarily a guy you think of that gets to the second level consistently. That is what it is. And I think for Urban's offense and for Bevel's offense, they want a guy that can hit the hole quick. They want a guy that can just get in there, explode, make one guy miss, and have a big play and score a touchdown. I don't know. That's what I think. All right, so here they're going to go with the trips right bunch, okay? I love the bunch as well. It creates matchup and issues for these defensive. Look at him. This guy doesn't know what's going on. He's probably reading first guy in, so he's got to keep his eyes locked here. 23 is reading first guy out. He's just trying to redirect to the middle free safety. Like, they're just trying to do their job right here, right? The bunch creates a lot of problems. Lewiston's going to have an outside release, come back inside. And so this looks like someone ran the wrong route. And ultimately, we're going to get the call. And maybe that was the issue. Maybe Chenault got knocked over. But honestly, when I was at the stadium, I was watching this play happen, and it looked like that Marvin Jones didn't run the right route. And I mean, I don't know. Or Trevor thought he was running a different route. That's what it looked like. So that created some contact on Kyle Fuller, and Jags are going to get away with a 3rd down, illegal hands to the face. Thank you, Clay Martin. All right, so here we are, 1st and 10. Inside, we're driving, boys. We are on the opposing 43-yard line. Bro, it doesn't get any better than this. Jags come out in their great 10 personnel. I'm calling O'Shaughnessy a receiver. I don't care. He's lined up as H tight end. 2 by 2, split the field right in half. Broncos are showing 2 high coverage here. They're showing cover 2. They're going to roll into a cover 1 like usual. Play action, roll out by Trevor. Great throw, great catch. I mean, this is the stuff Marvin Jones does. This is the stuff that Trevor does that a lot of quarterbacks can't do. Rolling against his body on the run, throws the ball to where only Marvin Jones can get it. Marvin Jones gets it. Great play. Look at blocking here too, right? Okay, like a lot of plays, the O-line did not look good. Got to give credit where credit's due. O'Shaughnessy, great job. Great job. Good job, boys. Good play call. Do we want I mean, maybe Trevor's good at throwing, rolling out to the opposite shoulder. I don't know. I don't know why you would design it that way. All right, so now they're going to bring Manhurts in, and they're going to show like, we might run the ball here. Look, okay? So instead of having O'Shaughnessy out here as a tight end, they're going to have a little bit more of a tight personnel. They're going to bring a tight end into the game, and they're going to throw it again. Now, this might be another play where if you're a Jags fan that wants to see the ball ran more, maybe you run it. You pick up the sure thing 1st down. Bevel decides, no, it's 2nd and 3. We're taking a shot. An 8-step drop. Trevor's going to go to the end zone. Didn't work out. Okay. Tried to get a call. Treadwell doesn't quite get separation. This is like a little like cheesy stop-go route. But you know what? Bevel was sitting up in the booth. He saw this play. And he goes, okay. Treadwell didn't make that play, but I bet you if I put Marvin Jones over there, that he will make that play. That's what he said to himself right in that moment. Because when you're going to play tight to the line of scrimmage the way that the Broncos are, I mean, look at this. This is 7 in the box. This is your cover 2 shell. In the cover 2, you should be able to either win in the middle of the field or just down the sidelines. So down the sideline here, he's playing inside leverage. Look, so they're showing cover 2 pre-snap every time, and they're rolling into a cover 1. So they're basically every play that we've watched so far, and I'll go to the big chat for this because I feel like you guys deserve my sincere feeling on this. Every play we've watched so far in this film breakdown, the Broncos have been in cover 1. That's man-to-man on your receivers and a middle deep free safety, and everyone else is in the box. So, like, yeah, we want Robinson to run, and we want the Jags to run the ball, but, like, they're giving us the pass. In a cover 1, your weak spot is down the sidelines. We just saw them throw the ball to Laquan Treadwell. Again, Trevor Lawrence made a great read. He saw post-snap the Broncos rolled into a one-high look. He throws it to the sideline. Treadwell just doesn't make a play. Maybe the throw wasn't great, but Bevel's up in the booth saying this is the play that will work. This is the play that will kill them. If they're going to play one high, middle of the field, this is the play that's going to kill them. As a professional team, we have to be able to hit this. We do on this drive later, but all game we were trying to hit that, and we couldn't. Those are the plays you see Mahomes hit and Brady hit consistently. And so teams can't run this defense on them. It's just I don't know. We're in a tough spot. We really are. Let me get to some of the comments here. Again, I know I'm way behind on comments. I apologize. If I missed any donations or super chats or subscriptions, I'll go back and try to make sure I didn't. Duval Tobadai says, I love breaking down film with Jaguars United. He does a great job with it. For your information, I'm the leader of the positivity for sure. Just frustrated to see Visca dropping balls, hitting hands. DTWD, if you're about positivity, that's the only way you can still be here. Because I probably am very annoying to fans who are not. And I get it. I'm not for everybody. Look, if you're hellfire and brimstone and you're ready to root for another team, it probably isn't the channel for you. Let me get down here. Blake Boo Sinek. Probably butchered your name. I apologize. He says, we need to run the rock more, and Trevor needs to stop forcing it down the field and take what the defense gives him. I think that's something that will come with time, Blake. I do. He's young, and you're right. He does need to do that. It's just really hard when, like, guys like Bradley Chubb are rushing at you full speed. But I think he'll get it. I mean, Trevor's, like, pocket awareness is elite. Like, he, like, rivals, like, a Brady, a guy who just, like, knows the pressure, can feel the – dude, Peyton Manning was so good at feeling the pressure. Andrew Luck. Trevor Lawrence has that pocket present-esque tier. Like, he really does. Like, the way he moves in the pocket, his footwork in the pocket, so natural. I mean, he can move any direction at any speed while keeping his technique and looking downfield. Trevor's the real deal. Just give him some time. Give him some time. Doorman Like says, to be honest, holistically, it's not just Robinson getting more involved. It's about our play calling not being diverse enough. Okay, I'm with that. Yeah, I mean, I see other teams running like tight end screens and like end arounds and like, yeah, I like that stuff. Like, you're right. Let's get more diverse. Rahul Anand says they shouldn't be scared of Trevor getting hurt. Let him boot RPO. He's more comfortable with that style of play. Yeah. Sedin Sesko says we just got to build around Trevor. Yeah. John Doe says Trevor's got a live arm. Can see it with every throw. John Doe's keyboard is stuck on caps lock, and quite frankly, I appreciate that. Brett E says hopefully Tyron Johnson gets more involved soon. We need his speed at wide receiver. I'm always concerned about a guy that just recently got cut from another team. Who's the corner we're looking at from the Raiders? I mean, y'all realize that Gus Bradley cut him. Gus Bradley was like, I don't want him. And then now Jags fans are getting excited about a guy that Gus Bradley didn't want. I just want that to sink in. I know things are different. Times have changed. Just wanted to drop that little nugget in on you guys. Yeah, not great. All right, let's just finish this drive. How about that? We'll finish this drive. Bevel sees the shot on the sideline. Didn't work out with Treadwell. he says, you know what? That's actually a good play. That's actually a good play. So what he's going to do is he's going to remember that play. He's going to store it in his little memory bank. I like this little play to Marvin Jones. Again, they're lining up heavy. Empty formation. The first time we've seen empty formation all game. They're still tight. They're still tight. For as much as Urban Meyer uses the word spread, he keeps a pretty tight formation, which is like the way the NFL is going. Like that's how the NFL is going. That's why you got to have these guys that can block and run routes, because if you can line them up tight to the line of scrimmage and they can run block, then you can really create a lot of running lanes. But here, trips out to the right, even a little running back's motioned out here. You got to think they want some sort of drag across the middle of the field. They catch the Broncos in man because, again, they're in cover one. They have not switched out of cover one this entire drive. So the Jags know they have man coverage in the secondary. They run this little drag across the field. It's impossible to cover a receiver across the field in man. That's why you don't want to get caught in man when the team does this on offense. And great play, picks up yards. Marvin Jones reads it perfectly. Trevor reads it perfectly. 1st and 10. All right, they're coming down. Nice drive, still going good. One penalty did prolong the drive, but that's okay. All right, they're going to line up now with a tight end in the backfield. So now we have a tight end and another tight end, a 2 tight end set technically, but he's lined up as a fullback, so whatever you want to call that. Get another lead block, another counter block, same play that we ran a couple plays ago. It's going to pick up 3 yards. So not only did they run the same run play, they got the same amount of yards, 3 yards. Okay, cool, we'll take it. All right. Got to be able to run the ball. Here they're going to run a little orbit motion with Laviska Shenault. I'm all about the orbit motion. Orbit motion in the backfield. Here's our little zone read type play. And a lot of people got mad at this play. And they said, why are we running something like this? I personally do like this play. You know what this showed us? This showed us that we put this on film that we will do this type of thing, but we have so many options out of this. We can hand the ball to James Robinson. If he would have handed the ball to James Robinson, look at our numbers on this right side of the field. We have 2 pulling linemen. We have Norwell and Robinson pulling. One picks up a block here, one picks up a block on the edge, and James Robinson is probably running for 10 to 15 yards. We're setting that up for next game. Trevor decides to keep it. Okay, maybe, this guy does get here pretty quick, actually. This guy does get here pretty quick. Okay, so the right read is to give it out to Robinson. Robinson should have, Shenault. Shenault should have taken a wider angle, to be honest. That would have gotten him to the edge a little bit. But what was more important on this play, and I watched this play a bunch of times earlier, is you can't really see it from this angle. But if you look at our skill position players, 1, 2, and then this backside tight end, none of them know who to block. Watch. None of them know who to block. We got a bunch of skill position guys out there on a triple option play where your only job is to block somebody, and 0 out of the 3 skill position players on the left side of the field block somebody. That's why this play didn't work. It wasn't a bad play call. It's your receivers didn't block anybody. Your tight end didn't block anybody. That's what I'm just trying to tell people. I don't know. Let's not be so quick to hate on the play calling. No one blocked. 3rd and 8. We need a big play here. Bevel's thinking, okay, I know what I saw a couple plays ago. I know it's open. Oh, a false start. Now Bevel's thinking, all right, I know what I saw last play. They're going to roll into this cover 1, even though it's 3rd and 13. Probably. I can't remember, honestly. They do. They're bringing this safety that he's playing a robber. They're playing a cover 1 robber. They have such little respect for our receivers that on 3rd and 13, they're rolling their strong safety down to play the cover 1 robber. So Trevor takes a smart throw. He says, all right, you're going to play 1 in the middle of the field. I'm going to the back of the end zone. And this time, it wasn't Laquan Treadwell. This time it was Marvin Jones, and Marvin Jones makes the play. And we scored a touchdown. How they went from this execution on the first drive to the other 3 quarters is beyond me. I have no clue. But we got to get back to this. And this drive had nothing to do. Don't even show me Josh Lambo. Don't even show me. This drive had nothing to do with our run game. Our run game was pathetic. It was all about our passing game. All of it. Big play to O'Shaughnessy, big play to Marvin Jones, then a second big play to Marvin Jones. Thankfully, we got a penalty. So, yeah, we do need to establish the run, but I don't know. Maybe our offensive line isn't blocking it up. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Christian Charles says, what on earth, LOL? Grim Sanity says, yo, what's happening, my man? Grim Insanity, what's up, man? Long time no see. I'm glad you're alive. Haven't heard from you in a while. Another guy. Richard Lazota says, we're getting all the young team woes out early in the season. Our guys will be much better after they develop throughout the season. It's only week 2. There's plenty of time to get better. Duval till we die. Yeah, you're right. Richard, I think if everyone had your mindset, this fan base would be a little bit better off. It really would. But we're in a thinking now mentality. We want to get stuff done now, and I get it. I get it for sure. But hey, it is what it is. All right, look, I'm not logging off. I'm just gonna take a little 2-minute break. You guys hang around for a second, and then in 2 minutes, we're gonna jump back on, and we're gonna do another segment. Then we're gonna end the show with a second segment. So I appreciate you guys being here. Hang tight, don't go anywhere. I'm just taking a quick break, and then we'll be back to talk more Jags. I want to get to all your comments. I want to get to all your thoughts, opinions, and all those things. So just hang tight, and then we'll be right back. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Thank you. I was kind of bummed that our shows were ending so early, so I was like, I'm just gonna take a break and we'll come back and read more comments. So I think we're good. I appreciate you guys that are here, man. You guys are in the chat. We've had a good amount of people in the chat, and you guys kind of make this show go. So thank you for being here. Thank you to you guys that donated in the super chats. I appreciate it. Memberships are up. So if you want to be a member, you can do that. We have different levels of membership. I believe Matt Jones' membership level is the first one. Then it moves into Miles Jack level and then Maurice Jones-Drew level. So feel free to join that. If you're not following my Twitter, it's been fun on Twitter. If you're not following the Instagram, I've been kind of doing a little bit on Instagram. I'm getting better. My Instagram is Jaguars United _. So follow that. Sometimes I can communicate better on Instagram sometimes and Twitter. I mean, I don't know. And finally, I'm on Twitch. Twitch Jags _United. Sometimes we just play Call of Duty with Jags fans, Warzone, and we get kills and talk Jags. It's a lot of fun. So if you're into that type of thing, check out the Twitch, Jags _United. Want to get back to your comments here. Oh, and Antonio Rivera just dropping the special emojis you get when you become a Jags member. So if you want those sexy emojis, take a look at the chat and get what Antonio Rivera's at there. That's what I'm talking about. Robert Atzert says, more of our fans need a medical card. Are you saying like me, including me? I could chill out a little bit, maybe. I don't know. My whole life I've been pretty I guess hyper. I guess hyper is the word. I don't know. High energy, loud. I've called a lot of things. But yeah, hey, maybe that's the key. Fax Kellerman. It's the coaching too, because we need to be a ground and pound team. We need to control the time of possession and keep the defense off the field. Fax Kellerman, I am with you. If you're trying to win games in the NFL and you want to win the Super Bowl, that's the secret. You run the ball, you control the clock, and you have time of possession, and you keep your defense off the field. I agree. And I would say any other situation, I'm with you. If me and you were coaches and we were in the coaches meeting and we were talking about this very thing, 9 out of 10 times I would agree with you. The only time I would say let's not do that, and this kind of speaks to the whole James Robinson thing. And I don't want people to get me wrong here, but this is honestly how I feel if I were a coach in this coaches meeting. 9 out of 10 times, facts, I would say the same thing. The only situation where I would say, now maybe let's not do that, is if I had a rookie quarterback who needed to adjust to the NFL game and there's no consequences. There's absolutely no consequences. If we don't make the team, if he throws 30 interceptions, there is no consequences. No playoffs, doesn't matter. If that's our scenario, have the dude throw the ball as many times as he can. Seriously. What's the difference between 6 wins and 4 wins? What's the difference between 4 wins and 7 wins? Like, does that really boost your team's morale? Like, I know it's a popular idiom to say momentum going into the offseason, but more importantly to me than having 7 wins would have Trevor Lawrence having 80 throws a game this season. Let him get used to the speed. Get some chemistry with wide receivers. Just throw the freaking ball. I'm not looking to make the playoffs this year. I guess this sums it up for me. I don't care if the team gets better. I care if Trevor Lawrence gets better. If James Robinson regresses, if Laviska Shenault regresses, if Cam Robinson regresses, and Trevor gets better, I'm cool with it. But if you invert that scenario and those other guys get better as the season goes on and Trevor gets worse, I'm going to be a little nervous. So do you see what I'm saying? I'm with you. If we're trying to win games and we're trying to make the playoffs and trying to win the AFC South, let's control the clock. Let's play good defense. Let's make smart throws. And let's put points on the board. But this year is about development for Trevor Lawrence. And that alone to me. So I guess that's just my perspective. Maybe. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm wrong about most things in life. So it's probably that too. Beanie Baby. Receivers getting better separation has been a problem for a while. Okay, so Beanie Baby, I'm with you. I think that's something that you probably would have agreed with me that I would have been kind of saying. I admittedly I did kind of let Jags fans talk me into thinking maybe this receiving group is better than I was thinking. Maybe DJ Chark is elite and Marvin Jones is really good. I still think that. And that Laviska will take the next step. And if you factor all those 3 things together, this receiving core is good. But DJ Chark is not elite. Marvin Jones is very good, and Laviska doesn't yet seem to be taking that next step. I don't know. Shaq Quarterman is better than Damian Wilson, says John Doe, in all caps. I think they're both marginal players, unfortunately. Like them both as players and people, just marginal football players. 904 Duval says, T-Law, won't get better with Bevel, unfortunately. Now, that's an argument that I would listen to. I would have to think about that. Like, I do have my issues with Bevel. I do. But my issues, like I said earlier, stem more from disgruntled Seahawks fans. And I know when a coach gets fired, none of the fans are happy. Can you look back at a coach? We fired a lot of coaches over the last 10 years. Can you look back at any of them and be like, oh, maybe they were actually pretty good coaches? Like, you don't think that about coaches. So I'm not surprised that Seattle felt that way, but there was some animosity toward Bevel and Seahawks fans, according to the ones I talked to. Anyways. Yeah. No, John Doe, Russell Wilson was one of the ones that said he's excited about a new offensive coordinator coming in. That leads me to believe he was not happy with Bevel. I don't know. Tekken is my world says, any idea how Chark and Lambo are regressing? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Chark might be regressing because of the fact that he maybe just had an unrepeatable rookie year. And I don't know if that's his fault. Of course, it's not his fault. Nobody wants to do better this year than DJ Chark. Like, DJ Chark this is his contract year. The dude is doing everything. If he has any superstitions, if he has any regiments that he's strict about, he's doing them. Like he's trying to get paid. I just don't know if he's as good as we thought. And that's sad to say. He'll probably be in the league for a long time. He's a very good wide receiver. I just don't know if he's as good as we thought, which sucks. Lambo, if you back the scale and picture up the 3 field goals he's missed this season, factor those into his career kicks for us, and he's still one of the best kickers of all time. So I would just, I'm willing to give Lambo a little bit longer. Chark, I feel like I kind of know what Chark is. Lambo, I'm willing to give some time to. Munchlax is now a member. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Miles Jack level. All right, Miles Jack level. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Munchlax. Wow, that's a high level there of a membership. So thank you. You now can get access to the badges and all those other things that I'm gonna make sweet. I mean, they're sweet now, but I'm gonna make them. But I appreciate it. He says, "Yo, I always miss the live streams. I just wanted to support the channel, dude. Thank you much, bro. I appreciate it. This show would be nothing without you guys. It really wouldn't. I would not sit here and talk to myself. I promise. I'm not that vain. I swear. Okay, so we're already not going to get any ad revenue from this show because I already showed film. So why not keep it going? You guys want to watch a little bit of we'll just watch the defensive possession where we hold them to a field goal. No spoilers. All right, but just so we can kind of get a look at what we're doing here. All right, so everyone's begging for the 3-4. And here we are, right? 3-4. We got 2 guys with their hand in the dirt, 2 edge rushers, and then what appears to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive backs. So I guess you could call this your nickel back, but you have one of your ends lined up and stand up, okay? That's fine. You have a tight end that's attached here for the Broncos. Look, good play. That's a good play right there. I mean, for all I loved seeing on Twitter, dear Andrew Wingard, I'm sorry. Because he actually played pretty good this week. He's not a bad player. He's just really inconsistent. And, here's the thing with professional players, okay? There's no bad players in the NFL. There's consistent and inconsistent players in the NFL. Wingard is a good football player. He's just inconsistent. You want a consistent player. I mean, that's what coaches are looking for. I don't know if he's that or not. He's going to come downhill, off the edge, scrape the line of scrimmage, going to get caught by Smoot. Just all around good play. 2nd and 10. So, hey, for all of you that were worried about stopping the run, this is me, okay? I know I love to talk about all the things that I predicted correctly about this team. I thought this team would not be able to stop the run. And so far, we're doing a decent job of stopping the run here. All right, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 2 down linemen, 5 defensive backs. I'm glad we cared so much about who that 3rd D lineman is when we just played 2. Right? We're coming in here. Horrible play action by Teddy Bridgewater. Look, I don't think the linebackers played very well. And that includes Miles Jack. And I don't think Miles Jack would admit that he played very well, to be honest with you, either. They got to do better against this. I mean, you got 2 attached guys at the line of scrimmage. So basically, you have 2 tight ends on this play. Linebackers got to step it up, right? Strong safety's got to step it up. Miles Jack, why are you biting so hard on that? Like, that's not even your assignment. Like, why are you flowing so much that direction? Your other linebacker's job, your nickel corner's job is to jump that. Because of that, like, he puts himself out of a position to make a play here. I mean, he is way out of position. Like, that's a great play call because it got our linebackers flowing the wrong way. Like, you got to be better than that, Miles. Like, I get it. You're trying to attack the football, but that's the difference between that play going for 6 and being incomplete. I don't know. All right, 3rd and 4. Defense, can they get off the field here? They're going to show blitz. They're going to back off. Teddy B is going to go down the field. Fortunately for the Broncos, they're going to get bailed out by a call here by our buddy Shaquem Griffin, who, let's be fair, has had a very underwhelming start to his Jaguar career. I've been tough on Shaq, and I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill on Shaq because I want him to do good. And I've said enough things about him. I think I'm good. Nicole Trent with the $1.99 super chat with the emoji of the leopard, but it all looks like a Jaguar to us. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. John Doe says, weather conditions played a big part in the drops. Okay. What about week 1 drops? That was in a dome. So, or with a roof on at least. Big Diesel 54. You see Robinson Harris on that play. It was good, man. Okay. Hey, look, Roy Robinson Harris has been a very surprising player. Another guy that I hyped up on the channel, but in my head was not that hyped about. And he has been impressive. So shout out to Roy Robinson Harris. Robert Atcher says, Trevor probably broke Chark's finger on a 100-mile-an-hour ball on a 7-yard out. Trevor needs to lighten it up on those short passes. Yeah. I mean, look, a good quarterback knows how to put touch on the ball, whether it's a lob pass or a screen pass. Like a good quarterback. And look, Trevor's going to figure it out. He's young, man. He's super. There's things that he does that you can't teach. You can teach a guy to put touch on the ball. You can teach a guy to run when there's no one open. You cannot teach a guy to make very accurate throws down the seam or down the sideline over single high coverage. You can't teach the quarterback pocket presence, him feeling the pressure, right? That sixth sense of knowing where the pressure's coming from. You can't teach that. So that's why I'm like, we're good. We're good on Trevor. And that's why he was taken first overall. And that's why people are excited about him. Nolly Full Cab, who is also a member. What up, Nolly? He says, what's up, Duval fam? Dude, Nolly, bro, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member. This is a longer show tonight. But you know what? We're 0-2, baby. What else are we going to do? Fax Kellerman said Shaq is not a press corner. You probably don't need the word press in that, but that's just me being too mean. UCF Jaguar says, my dude. What up, UCF Jaguar? Man, UCF Jaguar was getting some shade thrown at him on Twitter about blocking people. Man, that's crazy. But it's okay. I think UCF's earned the right to block a few people. I just can't believe that he was defending Gardner Minshew so hard on Twitter. I was just, I thought that he was past Gardner Minshew, but UCF Jaguar said on Twitter he wants to have an open discussion about bringing Minshew back. So you can talk to him about that. That's not my words. That's his. It is. I mean, hey, if that's what you think, it's what you think. Big Diesel 54 says it seems that Trevor is trying to overcome tight windows with throwing velocity. That's a good way to look at it. The receiver's not getting open. There's not as much separation. Beam the ball in there. Something could be said for that. Antonio Rivera, what up, member? Antonio Rivera. He says, I know that game was over when I saw Taven and Wingard on the field. They're not good. This team's not good. They're not good. They're not good. Robert Adler says, Trevor is a natural at tossing the pig. Would you say he's a natural thrower of the football? Because that's what I've been looking for I want to say almost, 10 years now. All right. Holding on Shaq Griffin. It's all right, man. Hey, can't win them all, Shaq. Can't win them all. Get in his ear. Maybe he'll change the call. All right, so we got a 1st and 10 here, all right? Another tight personnel. The modern NFL is all about these tight personnels, and they don't want to tell you that, but they are. All right? So you got the tight end tight. You got a little H back there, a little cross block. The same run play the Jaguars ran twice and got 3 yards on. Broncos are going to run the same exact play, okay? Literally the same exact play. Cross block from the H-back. He's going to hit the B gap, and there he is. He gains 5 or 6. So if you want to see some comparison, some correlation between the two, there it is right there. Orbit motion. Look familiar? Are y'all starting to see that every team runs the same plays? Okay, there's nothing new in these NFL offenses, okay? Orbit motion from their wide receiver. You're going to see you're in the slot here. All right, going to try to create some flow going the opposite direction. They don't run a play action because they don't want to waste time like we did with Trevor Lawrence. He's going to sit in the pocket. He's going to go through his reads, and he's going to find a slant route. This tackle was very scary to me because he's the type of tackles where players get hurt. So I was holding my breath, maybe saying a little prayer that no one got hurt on this play. I mean, that's 3 strong, athletic dudes colliding at the same time. And that, if anything, has taught us from Newton's cradle, right? This is all you physicists out there. Newton's cradle, momentum is constant through objects. So that they all felt that hit at the same time. All right. Okay. So moving on to the next play here. Tight personnel. They're going to try to make the Jaguars bring their defensive backs and their safeties in the box. That's what they want, right? They think that gives them an advantage. Not a play action again. A quick little curl route. Not great coverage here from Josh Allen, but is that what Josh Allen is like supposed to do, right? He's going to show blitz on the edge. I don't know what the offense is calling the strong side. Like the field would be here, but then the tight end would be here. No fan, I guess, is here. A nice release. Like at some point, Hacker on the local radio station brought this up. Like at some point, do you just not drop Josh Allen into pass coverage? This isn't very effective coverage. Like that doesn't do much to help your team. Like Josh Allen is a great player. That does not help your team. I mean, it just doesn't even look natural, right? He's so high. He doesn't know where he's going. Great player. That's wasting him. It's wasting him. The dude's just backing up toward the sideline. Send the guy on a blitz to get the quarterback. He leads the team in sacks and forced fumbles and turnovers. The team can't get turnovers, and we're dropping Josh Allen into the flats coverage in a cover 2. Heavy personnel. They want to see us stop the run. I don't blame them. Heavy personnel. Bunch of tight ends in the game. They simply just run it to the weak side. I think, it looks like a holding there. I can't remember if we got the call there or not. But, linebackers, what are we doing, man? You got to get there. You got to make a play on that. Miles Jack, gets out there, misses the tackle. Like I said, linebackers has been very disappointing. All right, get to some more of your comments here. I got to pause my game here. We're going to miss a play. All right, we have Nolly Full Cap says, I'm so sad about Lambo. I think Lambo will be okay. I saw the dude. He probably kicked the ball into the net, the practice net on the sideline. I probably saw him do it 100 times after those 2 missed field goals. 100 kicks. That can't be good for your hip flexors, your ball and socket joint in your hip. It can't be good for you to take 100 practice kicks into a net. I don't care if you miss 2 field goals. Kicking into a net, it's not going to bring your accuracy back. John Doe says, mid-season we cooking. Okay, all right, I'm with you there. Fax Kellerman says, Wingard, never mind. You got to spell his name without the D. Wingar. Okay. Kev B says, dude, Chasen has no business being near a pro line of scrimmage. In camp this year, I saw the D-line doing drills, and Chasen looked like a high school kid snuck out onto the field. The guy got a scholarship from LSU based on his athleticism. He got drafted on his athleticism, and I fear his athleticism is not allowing him to take the step as an NFL player. It's a miss. It's a miss. We've all played Battleship. You call out a number, B7, you get a hit. You hit the peg, right? You know you got to hit at B7. You say, all right, B6, miss. Sometimes you miss, boys. We tend to miss a lot. And that's what makes Jags fans angry. Taven Bryan, Clavon Chazon. I hate to say it, boys, but those might be misses. I hate to say it. Big Diesel says Hamilton blew his guy into the backfield, but our end got kicked out. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton's been playing well, and I think people are excited about him. He's just getting double teamed. I mean, when you're playing a big end or you're playing the nose in that 3-4, you're not going to be able to create pressure. If you can collapse the pocket from that, then you're very good at your position. You're very good at your position. UCF Jaguar says Trevor needs a guy like Minshew to push him to be better. That makes sense, UCF. It does. You know, a guy like Minshew, a good team guy, just in the locker room to push him to play better. Kev B says our linebacker coverage for years has been run to empty space and cover grass, then watch receivers catch 10 yards away. Yeah, we have not been good. All right, let's just see if we can get to the point where we actually force a field goal, and then I think we'll call it a stream there. All right, Broncos, they played heavy. Look, they made adjustments against us, and offense and defense. First drive of the game, they went heavy, and we shut them down. We did. We couldn't do it all game, but this first drive here, great pressure there. Another missed tackle. I mean, that's C.J. Henderson. These guys, I mean, they're young. They're flying upfield. They're missing tackles. I mean, you just – all right, run defense. They get the first down. All right, that was big. I thought that was it. When I saw that happen, I thought that was the drive. I thought that they were going to score a touchdown. Game over. No way we hold them. Fortunately, we get a great pass rush here by Josh Allen. And again, this is why you look at that play where it was a zone blitz and he drops into coverage and you're like, why? The dude flies off of the edge, just completely destroys the Broncos left tackle. Doesn't miss a tackle. Imagine that. Doesn't miss a tackle and gets a sack on the play. Changed the whole drive. That one play changed the whole drive. I was convinced after that first down 2 plays ago that they were going to score a touchdown. After that sack, I said, okay, we can hold them to a field goal. One play by one player changed the whole complexity of this drive. And we have the guy dropping into coverage, covering grass. That's why I was yelling earlier. I apologize. Okay. Not a great throw. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that coverage there, Clay Brooks. Thank you. First guy I've seen play coverage all day. Third down. They take a shot. Noah Fant, nice little catch. Curl. Good job, Jags defense. Get off the field. Now, if only. Wait, let's just see their kicker make a field goal. I haven't seen what it looks like to make a field goal in a while. If we can get what just happened on those 2 drives, the way the offense played, the way the defense played, we're fine. Like, this team will win a couple games. We'll progress. We'll get better each game. If we just can't make adjustments, if we continue to get outcoached, if we continue to not execute and drop balls, then, yeah, it'll be a 2 or 3 win season. If that. I know people hate talking about this, but, like, at least we will get another good draft pick for this future. Like, we were hoping this team would kind of be able to take the next step with its roster, but at least now we know we will be able to add another good player to this team in the draft. So I say all this to say, hang in there. Urban told you to hang in there. Logan Cook told you to hang in there. Jaguars United told you to hang in there. We're going to be fine. And you know what? If we're not fine and we're really bad, it'll be the same people in the same chat, in the same YouTube channel, still talking about them, because it's Duval till we die. And it doesn't matter if it's 16 losses in a row, 2 losses in a row, or if we catch the freaking whatever, Phoenix Cardinals for most losses in a row, it's still Duval till we die. Thank you guys for being here and watching and being part of the live show. You guys are great. I'm gonna leave the chat open for like a couple minutes after. Some of the people told me on Twitter I should do that, so that if you guys want to keep talking Jags, we can do that. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to follow on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all those things, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the donations, man. You guys are awesome. Jesus is King. Nicole Trent, Munch Lax joining the membership group. You guys are awesome, man. You really are. Montana with the $1. I'm not going to forget you, Montana. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are the ones that make this show go. I love it, man. Hey, Duval till we die. As always, go Jags.